Good afternoon, welcome back to Bendigo East Bowls Club State Champs Week here in Victoria. Today we have some men's champion of champion last 16 action between Schraner from Bendigo Campaspe region, also of the Bendigo East Bowls Club currently, against Rhys from West Coast, from the Winchelsea Bowls Club. I'm Jimmy Whitehead, Events and Competitions Manager at Bowls Victoria, and alongside me is Josh Thornton. Morning, Josh. Afternoon.
Afternoon, Jimmy. No, it should be. We've got another good day here in Bendigo. We had a great night in Bendigo last night. We had our Bowls Victorian Awards night, which was fantastically held and attended by all. And we're getting into the nitty gritty of State Champions Week. Starting off with our men's and ladies champion singles today. So. First game for all of them here in the round of 16. We have Rhys playing Schraner, which I think will be a fantastic match, Jim.
It's two contrasting styles, really, of game plans, of what we've seen in the past. Rhys tends to bring the mat up, go a bit shorter. Lee is famous for his ditch-to-ditch action, so should be a ripper. It'll be interesting to see which style comes out on top.
Yeah, and they're both obviously our current champions from Warrnambool, where Lee won the state singles and Rhys won the champion singles. So that proves that they're bloody good singles players, Jimmy.
Correct. Lee just resetting again here. He's very methodical in the way he goes about delivering a bowl. He's not happy with something. Oh, he's gone big early. And he collects second prize. Chuck out of bounds.
Could be in for a long game.
Never too much emotion from Lee.
No, Jim.
It's Neil Smiley, our marker there from Burden Park Bowls Club.
Yep. So for those at home watching, Rhys is representing the West Coast region. He's from the Winchelsea Bowls Club. He's using a different shade of blue Dreamline XG. And Lee is representing the Bendigo Campaspe region for the last time, we may add. Oh, actually, no, technically he's got the triples left as well, as he's about to take a new move to Raymond Terrace up in New South Wales. But he was a member of the Bendigo East Bowls Club, when he won the region champion singles. And he's using his aerodynamics, which he tends to use when he plays singles.
Race is a bit quick here. Yeah, a bit of a loose one. Few other games going on this screen. We got J. By Norris next door, Benny Lachlan, rink over. Keep you up to date with all the scores. See if Rhys can adjust to this one. Looks like he has. Yeah, good bowl.
The awards night last night, Jimmy, we had 6 inductees into a Hall of Fame. I think that was the highlight of the night for me, hearing their stories and their journeys. I had heard a couple of journeys in the past, but having them inducted into our Hall of Fame was, as I said, the highlight for me for the night.
Yeah, no, I agree. Had some good stories, some good people there, some worthy winners of awards. A bowl by Rhys.
Great bowl there by Rhys.
I think Lee might attack again here. Lee on the attack again.
It's a good hit. I mean, Rhys did have that back on there, so he had some protection. I'm guessing Lee must have thought it was going to kill Jim.
Yeah. Rhys holding couple. It's two early drives by Lee.
Yeah, that one was less surprising than the first one. Rhys is awfully close here, he just has to stay up.
Yeah, he's got to draw to the plinth pretty much.
He's got pace at...
He's
cut one.
couple of race kickstart this one.
It's 2-0 after one end to Rhys Jeffs.
First to 25 in this champion of champions singles game. Saw a cracker of a singles final last night between Stevie Sullivan and Nathan Murray. Bit of a seesawing contest, so be interesting to see.
It's a great game to watch, Jimmy. Stevie Sullivan looked to have the game well in control there, leading 16-4, and then Nath, to his credit, dug deep, got a shot, changed tactics, went long, and the sort of game went back his way, and it probably never really relinquished it since then.
Yeah, good ball by Lee. Bit of hometown support behind us for him. Rates these greens as the best in Australia. So he'll be wanting to put a performance in to match that.
We've had, just for those at home, we have 7 champion men's matches being played right now. There's been one withdrawal in the men's event. Brody Harker's already progressed through the quarterfinals. And he'll be awaiting some competition at that stage tomorrow.
Got the ladies champs going on as well. Rhys with a cracking effort there.
Stiff not to change the head, he's still 2 down.
Yeah.
In the round of 16 of the ladies champions, we have Sue Jamison from Central Gold Murray playing Pamela Carter. Debbie Lowe from Wimmera playing Paula Wood from Sandbelt. Raina Zunerberg from Eastern Rangers versus Marilyn Stevenson. She's obviously trying to complete the double. Kim Overall from the West Coast has already progressed to the quarterfinals due to a walkover. We have Patricia Fraser Orrich from Strzelecki playing Sandra Grano from Central Victoria. We have Sharon Wall from Alvins Murray playing Danielle Adams. Carla Krasanik from Northern Gateway playing Faye Richardson from Geelong. And Julie Simpson from Mornington Peninsula playing Gail Edwards.
Lee will probably just be looking to sit on that last bowl of races here on the back end. He doesn't like it though. I've watched him play a fair few games, Josh Lee. He seems a bit more agitated this morning than I know he can carry that with him on a ball screen. He's very intense in the way he plays the game, but he just seems a bit agitated.
Look, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that early nerves or what. I don't know. Could be he's always taken pride in his singles accomplishments.
Yep.
And maybe this is his last Victorian singles that he's playing before the move. He might just put a little bit more pressure on himself.
Fair call.
2 to lead. Scores 2-all after 2.
And here we go to Lee's famous tactic from
Pit to pit.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier it's a bit of a contrast. Rhys does prefer the mat up, jack back tactic, shorter sort of 23 metre, 24 metre ends. Lee preferring the full complement of metres. I know we were talking to Rhys before and he said he'd gone and had a bit of a roll, ditch to ditch, knowing it's probably what he's going to be playing at some point today. Start.
Very good start.
We've moved the rink about half down from last night as well, so
Interesting to see how it reacts. The green's been fantastic. We just had one sort of narrower hand than the other. As Rhys comes in, he's nailed the jack nearly first bowl.
Lee sticking on the backhand. Gonna go close. Just gonna pull up, wait, see what the marker indicates. But I still favour Rhys from our angle on this.
Yep.
Yeah, good ball. Couple of Rhys. I think Lee will attack again. There's probably not much doing to attack. Probably just wants to get a second shot.
Yeah, I think if he gets the Rhys's outside bowl and flops in, he'll be very close for shot. So I think that'll be his target at this stage. The same little rub, skirts up next to the other one. He's very close here.
Yeah, he is. You're right. Yeah, good bowling Rhys.
He's nearly made 3 shots there. We might see some aggression now, Jimmy. The way Rhys's bowls are lined up, if Lee gets the first one, might get all 3. There is a chance the first one might hang around, but he would still at least clear 2, and if he happens to be a bit wider, he can get some movement there on the head.
Yeah, I can see that plant shot where all 3 go. He's probably...
Just wonder whether the first one goes or not. Anyway, we'll see what he plays.
Yep. It's close. Oh. Yeah, stiff for the result. Hit it probably where he wanted to.
Probably just maybe marginally straighter might have got the better result, but all the same, we're talking millimetres here.
Yeah.
a live stream. We see our illustrious greenkeeper from the Bendigo East Bowls Club, Aaron Tonkins, just joined us. Shout out again for all the green work you're doing, Tonks. The greens are going great. I haven't seen him today.
No, I still can't believe that bloke took a chunk out of the green in the back.
Yeah, that's right. It was a big chunk too, wasn't it? Rhys is... I reckon he's definitely falling in for another. Could have 3 yet. Wait till Mark and Neil Smiley indicates. Our current Bowls Victoria Official of the Year.
Correct, he was a winner last night at the awards night.
Score is now 4-2 to Rhys after 3 ends. Matthew Vinning said it'd be nice if someone can report all the scores every 5 ends. We'll be doing our best. We have our little worker bees floating about.
Yep, we've got a couple of kids on the case.
Make them do all the hard yards and we'll just sound good doing it.
There's a Rhys. Back to the shorter stuff. Not ultra short, but medium-ish. Fair decent crowd today actually around watching. Bit of a blue ribbon event, the champion of champions.
It is.
Reply by Lee. Rhys pulling up short again, so gives Lee a bit of an opportunity to really own this end. He's coming in pretty well.
Great bowl by Lee.
Yeah.
Lucas, Protopaphis has actually asked, we're doing errands for him at the moment, as his mum and dad left, do you know? Yes, they left probably about half an hour, 3/4 an hour ago, Lucas. So whatever you need, they'll be home shortly.
Rhys going big. Goes too high. It's a clear tactic from both of them whenever there's a couple of bowls on there, they're attacking to it.
Yeah.
Another one, and the ball's by there.
Falling over to... Thanks.
I think Rhys will go at it again. I think he is.
Yep.
He's going to go the forehand. He lines up. Look at that face. Ooh.
Well, he's ripped his own two of them out. Gives Lee a lot of room for 4 here.
Mm.
What are the odds? $1 for 4?
Yeah. Glenn Lee's using his dynamics, aerodynamics. And unsurprisingly, he draws in for 4. Rhys saying he might measure this one.
Score is now 6-4 after 4 ends. We can give you some scores from the start of the games on this green. The rink next door we have J-Boy Norris playing Scott Rhys, and it's currently 1-1 at this stage. the rink next door, Benny Lachlan from Metro West is playing Ian Brimmelcone from Owens and Murray, and Ben is currently leading 6-0. A couple of the other games don't have scores. Well, the other game doesn't have a score yet.
Rhys will look in the land, just gets the gap.
Rhys looks to correct from his first. He did happen to lose it. He's fixed his weight up, unfortunately he's a little narrow. Lee currently holding 2. Rhys switches the backhand. Awfully close to the jack, but might miss high. Doesn't want to lose it. Just hangs on. Probably 2 to Lee at this stage. Lee swings at the backhand himself. Lee's currently holding 3 here with Rhys's last to come. Looking for correction with his weight here. Looks to be 3 still to Lee. And as Mark and Neil Smiley is waiting to confirm the shots with the players, I've been joined by Brad Marin. Welcome, Brad.
Thanks, Joshy. Good to be here, mate.
No, should be good. Now, we're bringing you in for the old expertise on Lee, being that you're very good mates. And we're doing that 3 to Lee, so it takes the score now to 9-4 after 5 ends. Obviously, our current Victorian State Pairs champions, and you'll be going to the Australian Championships in about 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, 25th. Which is going to be good. Lee's also in the singles as well for last year's state singles win at Warrnambool, so should be a good week.
Down at Dandenong?
Yeah, mate, what a facility down there. Went down there not long ago, actually, and incredible facility. Going in leaps and bounds, that club.
They were our winners of our Club of the Year last night at our BV Awards night for 4 or more employees, so they are obviously ticking some good boxes there, Dandenong.
I can completely understand why they'd been given that award, so full credit to Dandenong.
And as we start this 6th end, Lee's traditionally throwing his long ends near pit to pits or close enough to it.
What a surprise, eh?
Yeah.
No, he does strive on tee to tee.
He actually showed a lot of early aggression in this match too. He's had a couple run shots already too, Brad.
They would have been with his first couple of bowls, I'd bet.
Yeah.
He likes to run with his first couple and then back himself with his last 2 to sort of, cut down or do something with them. So yeah.
Would Lee have had a thorough game plan heading into this match?
Well, he said to me he'd want to improve after his game against Stevie Sullivan the other day. And Leroy's hasn't played too many games on Rink 12, whatnot, so it wouldn't be so much of an advantage for him, but the aim of the game doesn't matter who you play or what you play on, you still need to get close as you can. So
We have Rink 12 has moved about half a rink today. Fair correction there by Lee.
I think all the rinks, though, across the greens is pretty much the same.
Yep.
I think we've touched on a few times just watching some games on the live stream that everyone's been praising Tonks for his work, and I think that's why, a big reason why the championships are here also, because the greens are just phenomenal.
Rhys was looking to probably sit the bowl through, get a bit of jack movement there to his two bowls, just misses a little narrow. While we're waiting for Lee to play his last bowl here, we have some scores. In the women, we have CGM playing Gippsland, and Gippsland is leading 5-1. Northern Gateway playing Geelong, and it's 9-7 in favour of Northern Gateway. We have Sandbelt playing Wimmera, and Sandbelt is leading 5-1. Just watching Lee's last bowl here. It's coming late.
Yeah, well played.
What a bowl. And we have Murray Malley playing Ovens and Murray Malley is leading 8-1. And then in the men, Geelong's playing Northern Gateway. Northern Gateway's leading 4-3. Strzelecki's playing Central Victoria. Strzelecki's leading 7-4. Gippsland is playing Mornington Peninsula, and Gippsland is leading 3-2. That's Sandbelt playing Wimmera, and Sandbelt is leading 10-2.
Who's your sort of tips across the field, Joshy?
So we are doing a bit of an office sweep, Brad.
Okay.
And I started off extremely well with the fours, backed both winners.
You backed both winners.
Yes. As Rhys goes underneath the head there and looks at another 2 to Lee. This takes the score now to 11-4 after 6. Singles I didn't do as well. Men's and ladies singles. I went bombed out at quarter-final stage in both those little sweeps. In mixed pairs, which is currently at semi-final stage, I've taken the combination of Ali and Kelly. So
yeah, well, you'll be up there with that one, mate. They're playing phenomenal.
They played really well. We had the live stream of them yesterday, and I think their impression of their game was that they didn't play that well. That Lee Harris and Bruce Morley played exceptionally well that game and pushed them all the way.
It would have been just drawing the shot every end.
Yeah, exactly. It was
drawing the shot every end.
Yep. But obviously today they come out and beat Zach Waning there from Eastern Rangers this morning. So, and in the champs, which is obviously we're at the round of 16 stage, I've taken Jay by Norris. I think I could have taken any one of 4 or 5 players, I reckon. But that's who I've gone with, and I went with Carla Krasanik and the women.
Yeah, Carla's always a feature in this event, year on end. So I think in the men's though, obviously you got last year's winner Rhys playing against the current world champion Lee.
Yep.
That can go either way. J-Boy, who's played a fair few games this week already. Look across, you got Benny Loughlin's, Ian Brimblecombe. You just, on the background you've got Ellie Forsyth. There's quality players everywhere you look.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
it doesn't really matter, the favouritism or not. Whoever's playing well when it matters.
Yep. Lee looks to correct on his last. The great thing about, we talked about the greens earlier, Brad, and how good they are. It means we've had some phenomenal games so far, and the fact that the greens are so good, we're getting all the shots.
Yeah, you can Good thing with these greens, there's a little spot through the transition stage where the finals, you'd seen the fours. I think you could probably ask the, Jay and Tangles' teams, but when the sun goes down, it will take you, 2 or 3 ends to adjust.
Yep.
But once the sun's down and whatnot, it's just, the greens are unbelievable. Tonks does an incredible job.
I think it just adds another skill element to the game there, Brad. When the sun's going down and the lights are coming on, it's just another facet of the game of lawn bowls. As Lee punches his own up and punches in for a shot, great bowl. See some weight from Rhys here. He's not far away. Probably wants to get underneath the first one of Lee's.
Just clip the front one. Still in the right position though for Rhys. Obviously, backers bowl and second shot, so probably got 2 seconds there.
Lee cover? What do you think?
Don't know. Doesn't look like there's much of a gap between his bowl and the jack looks pretty much
Loaded.
to hit Rhys's back one. So I could spring out the side. Wouldn't be surprised to see him draw the shot on the backhand, and if he just slips past Rhys's bowl, he gets into a good spot. No, 4 ends to go.
Don't worry, you sit here long enough, they make fools of you plenty of times.
Without doubt.
I'm not saying you're a fool, Brad, either.
Hey, he's covering. I think you've called it pretty well, Joshy. It'll be interesting to see if the jack does go that far back, though.
Well, with the one behind, you just say, could hit it, and depends on what angle it gets hit at.
I
Goes
suppose-
sideways.
I suppose regardless, he's one down at the minute, so
Yeah.
if it goes back to that one, well, so be it. But
He's played less weight this time.
he's
He's looking close with the split.
tell you what, he's played this well. Yeah, that's a good shot. It's a good shot.
Crowd loved it.
Good to see some support up here for Rhys. Not just for Rhys, but you see a few Bendigo East members floating around watching Leroy, who probably be one of the last times he wears a Bendigo East uniform. You'd say, Joshy.
We mentioned that before, and actually Jimmy picked up that he might have been antsier more than normal this start of this game. Just little things may have been bugging him, and we took a guess and saying, well, maybe because it is his maybe last Victorian singles for a little while that he's going to play in, that he may be a bit more antsier. The fact that he wanted to probably win it.
Yeah, well, went around to his joint the other night and definitely wants to go out winning it. And still got the triples to come later on in the week.
Ian Ross and who's the other?
Tate
player?
Fuller.
Tate Fuller, that's right. Score is now 11-5 after 7 ends.
I can tell you though, with the region triples, they played a Castlemaine team, and I believe they were 3 down last end. They were holding 3. Leroy had a bowl to come. He had a metre to draw the shot, and he fell short. Went to an extra end, and luckily they won that extra end, but left it to the last end, I suppose.
He wouldn't have been happy with himself there.
Never is he?
Hang on, that was one to Lee last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
Sorry, my apologies, those at home. I got that one wrong. One to Lee, which makes the score 12-4.
You touched on Rhys. He's travelling up and down each day. He's travelling home each day.
Yeah, I am. Because yesterday when he got beaten, he said, "I'm going home." I said, "You're going home?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's only a couple of hours, 2.5 hours." Better you do it than me.
Yeah, I suppose.
But,
feel
I think-
free.
I think he's in a very similar situation to me. He's got a young family, and
Yeah.
so I get it. I definitely get it.
That's why I have to go home each night, mate.
He's just he's not far away at the moment, Rhys, but Lee's obviously bowling a little better at the moment, where he's getting that little lead.
starting to nail it. Lee's not a fan of a lot of people think a good bowler, sitting next to the Jack Eye. Leroy hates him.
Yeah, no.
He absolutely hates him. He'd rather be on top, in front, or just behind. So
he's just made his bowls nearly Jack Eye there.
So he's not too happy. You can look at him there, up there. He's wasn't too happy with that.
I reckon Rhys might hunt at this on his forehand.
Yeah, I'd be thinking so. So Jack in the pig, he's won. He gets the bowls. You just never know. It's a raffle. It's pretty close.
Yeah, got the first one.
Oh,
Bit of Jack.
Well played. Terrific shot.
Had options there, didn't he?
Definitely. Played it superb. Played that good weight. Executed brilliantly.
And got one of his own to hang around with it.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him try and land the Jack in the hole here.
Yeah, there you go. I was actually thinking he'd draw based on the fact that he had plenty of room to get a good second.
Well, he has decided to draw, but
It's just a bit narrow.
good speed.
Yeah, he'll still get it back to one. He's never the quickest mover down the green, is he, Brad?
No. Runs like he's got sticks in his shoes. His sort of hair colour backs it up recently. He's starting to get them few greys through his through the top.
I know how he feels. But mine's cut that short, no one can tell. Well, Rhys is back on board here. It'll be 1 to him. And that makes the score 12-5. I did get it right this time, Brad.
You did. Good job, mate.
I only got 2 jobs.
Talking
Yep.
and scoring.
Yep.
You got the talking down, Pat?
No, look, I've been told I can talk underwater.
No, it's good to have the live streaming, mate. It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, look, it's
It's the way we're going, isn't it?
yeah,
It's the way
exactly.
the
And it's
game's
something
going.
that organisations, regardless of size, are more than capable of doing. And as a state body, we will be trying to do as much as we can. So Rhys has gone a little further up this time.
Can see Jimmy in the office over there. He's not too flash today, Jimmy, is he?
I think Jimmy had a good night last night. That's all we'll say. Brad.
Good awards night, mate.
Good awards night.
That's good.
It's funny how
You
I'm about the only guy who doesn't get off the chair here at commentary, and he just nicks off.
He got the award for best on, I'm hearing.
Yeah, he could have. I'm not going to go into that one either. But we were saying earlier before you jumped on, it was like the first time we've done an awards night as Bowls Victoria. We tried to get it done last year, but COVID interrupted that. And the last time there was any form of awards night at a state level in Victoria was back when the RVBA and VLBA days. And it was RVBA used to have an awards day or awards afternoon or even an awards night. I've never been to one, but I just remember it being mentioned once. And yes, I do. Highlight and showcase our champions and our 6 Hall of Fame inductees last night was just a brilliant night.
No, all reports suggest it was a brilliant night, mate. Held at the All Seasons.
Yes.
Place to be.
Rhys has started this end well. He's change of tactics with the mat, Jack. What do you reckon the greens are running? I've been going with 15 seconds most days here.
All the way past, Leroy just said to me it's pretty slow compared to normal.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that. I put 1 bowl down when I arrived today, just with the young fellas, Jared and Tyson, and I felt like I pushed that a little bit. So it could be maybe more 14 today. Great bowl there by Rhys.
Nonetheless, though, still
The greens are still good.
greens are still incredible. Yep. Believe was it Monday turned up and 2 of them were underwater, and an hour later they were playing on them. So
Tuesday morning, when the first day.
Tuesday morning,
yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, this one and that one. People at home can't tell where I was pointing then, so that was probably pretty poor. But it was
Yeah.
this green and the one A green, and they were both underwater when we arrived. And Tonks and the rest of his crew got rid of the water very quickly.
Phenomenal crew that he's got too. I know a big one in it, Barry Perryman.
Yep.
He's here every day doing stuff to the greens and whatnot, along with Tonks, as well as the other staff that help out.
Rhys is not far away here, looking to get down.
Yeah, they're always giving him a big clap there, so don't know if he'd be too happy with that one though.
Yeah, it's something that Lee could use. There's no doubt about that. He's got options though, like he could stay in the forehand, look to get it to his either one of his own, and he'd be very close to getting shot. Marcus indicated too, or he could play backhand and get up to that last bowl of Rhys's, screw off it, get underneath the jack.
I can tell you though, playing with Lee over the past, 8 years, if there's an angle there, he will look at it.
Yep.
If there's 27 angles, he will look at every single one. Back himself to draw the shot here, and he's hopping after it, gets inside his... Oh, he's going to be stiff.
Good bowl.
Two to Rhys.
Makes the score now 12-7 after 9 ends. Get you some scores on this green. Next door we have J. By Norris playing Scott Rhys, and
7-4 in the way of Jay.
rightio, thank you, Brad, for your assistance. And in the next rink next door we have Benny Lachlan from Metro West playing Ian Brimmelcone from Owens and Murray, and Benny Lachlan's leading 9-5. And on that last rink on this green, Central Victoria playing Strzelecki. Central Victoria's Wayne Roberts and Strzelecki's John Hall.
I think Wayne's 6-3 up there.
There you go. Thank you, Brad. Just got the better angles than me.
What have Bowlesvik done different this year? It just seems spaced out. The event seems a bit more spaced out, and everything is running a lot more, not so much better because it's ran brilliantly every other year, but there's not a lot of double ups and what's not. I think the timetable of the schedule of the events has been done brilliantly.
So it's probably Jimmy in his new role as events and competitions manager.
If it's Jimmy, I'd take that back then.
No, I think he's come in and looked at it. The other thing I think the difference is there's one extra day, which just gives you that option of spreading out a little bit. I think, as you say, it's always been run well, but I think some of the feedback we've been getting over the years is that it gets too congested. It can make it quite hard and taxing. And, if you happen to be someone who's actually in a lot of events, by doing it the schedule the way we've done it, 3 games a day is not so bad.
Yeah, definitely. Like I know, like Ali, Brimblecombe, they played this morning in the mixed pairs, and now they're playing singles, and I think they were both successful this morning, so they've got to back it up after this and go and play another game of mix. So
that's the other thing you got on the way in, is that if you're going to be here and you want to be successful, you got to be willing to play a few hours. So
what's your next 3-4 months look like with Bowls, Joshy?
yeah, so I went from scaling back, and now I'm not so scaled back anymore, Brad. So it's probably, there may be an event in a couple of weeks' time. Got to wait for an announcement on that one, but June I'm going up. We'll just hold fat here because Rhys is going to go large. Great hit. He got a bit of jack.
That's very unlucky.
His toucher goes out of bounds. June, I'm going up. We'll just hold. Was that Lee's grown? Was it? Rhys is going to go large.
That's stiff. He's whacked the bowl with weight that it would.
Great hit. He got a bit of jack.
Calder Highway on the way back to Melbourne, and the bowls have gone a metre.
I was saying, so I'm going up the Australian Open. I haven't been for a couple of years now. And I'm playing in there. I'm only going for the second week this time. I'm only going to play in the disability events.
Okay.
So I'm playing disability singles and pairs. And then now that I'm back in the national para squad, we have a reactivation camp in July.
Okay.
So we've got 4 days up in the Gold Coast. It's the first time any squad has had any get-togethers. And we're all doing it together. So that's the over 60s, the emerging, the pathways, the paras, the jackaroos are all getting together. It's 3 to elite. And then from there, I do believe we've got a couple of trials later in the year for a Trans-Tasman. So,
okay.
Yeah, so my winter won't be as quiet. I said I deliberately had a year or so off there. I'm back committed again.
Who are you playing in the pairs with at the AO?
I'm playing with the one and only Frankie Krislovic in the disability pairs.
Frankie Krislovic.
Which is exciting and nervous all in one. He'll be here in the next day or so. He's up here he's qualified for the triples. I seen him last week in Shepparton.
Bendigo East will be graced with his presence.
Yes. We all know that Frank's actually got stacks of ability.
He does. That he does.
Score is 15-7 after 10. Nigel, yeah, I did mention it earlier. Rhys is using Dreamline XGs. He's got a 2-shaded blue bowl there, sort of half and half with some speckle running through it. Lee's using Aerodynamic. It's a darker colour bowl with a bit of a white speckle through it.
His old trusty
Yeah,
Dynamics.
I was going to say the old trusties. Great bowl here by Rhys.
Brilliant shot.
I went back to my old trusties earlier this year too. Sometimes you just...
Have to go with what you know.
Yep. We have our, what are we going to call him? Trainee, giving us a hand today. The one and only Tyson Cromie was a finalist last night for the Under-18 Male Player of the Year.
He's on his way over here with a red clipboard, so...
Yeah, no, he's getting us scores.
Oh, you beauty.
From the other greens.
Trained him well.
Great kid, great family.
See another good shot here from Rhys. That's brilliant.
So, just bear with me. I'm going to bring up my little sheet here, which has actually got all the names as well. We have Central Goulburn Murray playing Gippsland in the ladies. And that's Sue Jamison playing Pamela Carter. Sue Jamison is currently up 8-5. We have Carla Krasanik playing Faye Richardson. Carla Krasanik is leading 12-9. Oh, Lee very close there. We have Julie Simpson from Mornington Peninsula playing Gal Edwards for Metro West. And Julie Simpson is leading 10-9. We have Debbie Lowe from Wimmera playing Paula Wood from Sandbelt. And Paula Wood is leading 9-5. As Rhys draws another one.
Oh.
He's probably not going to be happy with that though, as he's opened the head up a little bit.
It's a good bad bowl. It's one of those ones, isn't it?
It's one of those ones. Now, in the guys on that green, we'll just wait till Lee plays this bowl here.
Don't think he'll be short with this one, Josh.
I wouldn't have thought so.
He's pretty close, I think.
He's got to get down a little bit still, Brad.
No, he got two.
two.
It's a good result.
We have David Ryan from Northern Gateway playing Brendan Numbers from Geelong, and David Ryan's leading 8-6. We have Wayne Roberts from Central Victoria playing John Hall from Strzelecki, and Wayne is leading 6-4. We have Benny Lachlan playing Ian Bromacone. Benny Lachlan's leading 9-5. And we have Jay By Norris from Eastern Rangers playing Scott Rhys from Yarra. And Jay By Norris is leading 7-4. Thank you to young Tyson for bringing those scores to us all.
Rhys just looks done, just under here. His first 3 bowls were brilliant. And they're going to be rewarded with 1 there, but that's what happens in singles. You can play 3 to 4 good bowls and only get 1.
Or none.
Or none.
1 to Rhys takes the score to 15-8. So Rhys is just trying a couple of different things here. Different mat spots.
There are some greens around that you can move the mat to sort of get away from some runs or tracks and whatnot, but fortunately, you can't actually do that here on most rinks. They're all
good.
They're all good. Length, tee to tee, short, doesn't matter.
Well, that's what you want when you want to play on any green, whether it's grass or synthetic. You want to be able to go and just play anywhere, any length, and whatever's working for you, not have to worry about trying to elude
exactly.
Nasty runs.
I remember, especially down in Warrnambool when we did play in the pairs final,
Yes.
there was one end where, I think it was the 4th end of the match, going back towards where we'd started. The first 2 of my bowls hung out, and I played the same line. It was just, I couldn't worry about it too much because the first couple of ends were turning back and they just held it out. So It was sort of like, it's there. You just got to put your bowl where you think, and if it catches the run, it catches it. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
You saw the same, I guess, at Moama for the last BPL. I said I was lucky to be involved in coaching Lee at that BPL, and the TV rink in particular, where the jack was, it actually did some things, and you had the right bowls to do what you wanted to do. So,
yeah, you've seen a lot of them opt for the wider bowls. I know Omar was using some Tigers, I believe. Twisty was on the Vector train. I think Leroy used the Quantums up there, and
until he got onto the TV rink where he used his dynamics.
Dynamics, again. I know. Seen Razor used Tiger 2s, I think. Yep. Razor used.
Rhys will be unhappy about that last bowl of easy turn. That bowl of Lee's in around his own and in for shot.
It's the same delivery every time.
Yes. He's very methodical.
Very.
Rhys probably can't afford to be overly aggressive.
I think he'd be probably trying to draw the shot on the forehand here if he clears Lee's front bowl. I know backhand looks the easier shot, but I think it is a forehand shot though. So he's lining up forehand, so I think if he can just clear Lee's, either set the bowl and touch the jack with that good draw speed that he's been playing. Wouldn't think it'd be too far away. Might just be out.
Yes. Now, does Lee look to take a risk here?
Given the fact that he's probably got 1 bowl past the jack and it's probably 3 inches past the jack, I wouldn't be thinking so. But as you said, he's a can play some different shots and whatnot.
The only thing I like, if he could play forehand, right? Got his front bowl there that sort of semi-protects the jack, and if he just happened to be with his dynamics, that bowl that hangs a little longer and gets underneath, he could. He is playing forehand, but whether he's playing that shot or just a draw shot.
I think he'd try and just draw the shot. I think I'd be thinking so anyhow. Clears his own by 2 feet, he'd be counting, so looks like he's played decent speed. He just might be a touch under. Yeah, but try to back himself to try and draw the shot.
It's 1 to Lee. Score is now 16-8 after 12 ends.
So we've got after Champ of Champs pairs and triples to come. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, and we also have a final of a men's and ladies novice singles. I believe they are on Sunday.
Okay, beautiful.
Don't quote me on that. I should know better. We've got a reasonable crowd here today too, Brad. We've got a few of them sitting here on the fence sort of beside us and around this, sort of hovering around this rink, and then towards between B and C green there's a fair few watching there as well.
Yeah, look up on the A green up top and all the seats are pretty much taken behind the rinks and whatnot, so it's good to see some people getting up and watching the state's best.
We didn't miss it, but failed to acknowledge Lee's first bowl this hand, which was brilliant. Front noser. Rhys's reply is pretty handy in himself.
It's fairly handy. Viewership's been good over the past few stream games.
No, been very happy with the viewership. Some great numbers are even now. So Friday afternoon, maybe some early knockoffs for work and just cruising at home, watching a bit of bowls. Rhys is very close here. Outside of it, he wants.
Played a brilliant shot. Well played. Still under Lee, but he has given himself a chance to. Probably got 18 inches or so.
Around the greens, we have CGM versus Gippsland, 8-all. That's the ladies. The first 4 games here is ladies. Northern Gateway playing Geelong. It's 12-11 in favour of Northern Gateway. Sandbelt versus Wimmera. Sandbelt is leading 10-8. Metro West versus Mornington Peninsula is 11-10. In the men's, we have Geelong versus Northern Gateway. Northern Gateway is leading 11-6. And on this green here, we have Central Victoria versus Shresleki. And Central Victoria is leading 8-5. Ovens and Murray versus Metro West. Metro West is 15 to Ovens and Murray 5. Eastern Rangers 9 versus Yarra 7.
Ooh, what a shot there by Rhys. Heard another groan there.
And our trainee, I didn't realise he actually put the scores from the other green on the back. The bit of paper he handed me. In the ladies, we have Ovens and Murray versus Murray Malley, and Ovens and Murray is leading 18-11. And we have Sandbelt versus Wimmera in the men. Sandbelt is leading 15-6. We have Eastern Rangers playing Bendigo Campaspe. That's the ladies, and that's Marilyn Stevenson, who won the singles the other day. She's leading 13-3. Gippsland's playing Mornington Peninsula in the men, and Mornington Peninsula is leading 11-6. And the last of the ladies is Strzelecki versus Central Victoria, and Strzelecki is leading 18-8.
I'd be thinking Leo will be arriving here on his forehand, punch the bowl. If he's tied onto the front one of Rhys's, there is a chance that the jack does lock off his other bowl. Looks just to be under.
Yeah,
He
no,
played-
that shot was on.
Played a good speed.
Yep, had options.
So I think Rhys would just be looking to try and replicate his last. Probably just trying to get around the front ones this time. Same speed, he draws another. We had quarterfinals of the mixed pairs this morning, Joshy.
Yeah, so I'll just give everyone, just as Rhys is playing his last bowl this end, he's looking to come down and add.
Just going to hang high.
One to Rhys. Takes a score 16-9. Yeah, so we had quarterfinals. We had Mary Farley and Zach Woning from Eastern Rangers playing Kelly McKeown and Ali Forsyth, and Kelly and Ali won 21-11. We had Sandra McGolgan and Paul Tryrold. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Trouty, they call him. I'm pretty sure his nickname. Played Judy Nardella and Nino Vlahovic. Judy and Nino won 17-13. Alana Flapper and Danny Degina from Northern Gateway played Ann Miles and Ian Brimacone from Mummins and Murray, and Ann and Ian won 20-18. And Karen Brennan and Stan Mill from Wimmera played Eva Saunders and Kevin Saunders from Central Gold Murray, and Karen and Stan won 18-15.
Some close results there this morning.
Yeah, it was. There's been some great games. I said the mixed pairs game we had yesterday was, as I said to you before, was a cracker between Kelly and Ellie and Lee and Bruce.
Rhys's first, probably a couple of feet past the jack. Leroy's first, what a surprise, pretty much bang on.
Yeah, he's adjusted well to the lengths that Rhys has tried to throw at him, and hence why he's still got a bit of a lead here at the moment.
Tell you what, there's a couple of real close games. It's only one or two the difference on this screen.
Yes. Next door, I reckon, nearly even got closer because Scott Rhys picked up to the last end. And
I think I heard the marker say it was 9-12 Jay's way.
there you go. So there's a couple of scores to go on still.
And then the game between Wayne Roberts and John Hall over there is 8-7,
Yep.
I believe it is. You can catch that one on the Leongatha Bowls club page. They're live streaming that one, I believe.
Bowl by there, Rhys. He's still one down.
Probably not the best result for Rhys, given the fact that he did land Lee's bowl, but the angle of the shot bowl now sends the jack straight to it.
Yes. He'd be a little disappointed with that.
You're an aero man, Josh.
Yes, I am, Brad.
What are you your preference of bowl? Do you swap and change depending on green speeds, or you're stick to one set, or?
No, I do have a couple sets. If anything, I'm probably looking to get maybe a wider set very soon too, just for circumstances. But the last 2 years I've been sort of between me Evolves and Optimas. I like hanging around there. They're not too dissimilar.
Yeah.
The Evolves are slightly narrower, so I just think sometimes when you need that little bit more purchase, I'll go back to the Optima, and where you know you're going to get a real quick green with not a lot of wind, I'll probably stay with the Evolves.
Yeah, I haven't used the Evolves. Got Optimas. Looking at getting some Defiance for some carpet events that I play on and whatnot. Oh, terrific shot there.
Oh, fantastic. I even will probably be going for something wider again soon, just for potential trials. Bearing in mind that if I happen to be lucky enough to get picked to go to Birmingham next year, Brad, from all reports the greens are probably going to be running 10, 11, 12 seconds, so a bit slower than normal Australian conditions.
Overarm would be best.
Well, yes. Just update the score. 2 to Lee makes it 18-9. So, yeah, I'm looking at one of those wider sets, potentially for that scenario.
No, all the best in that, mate.
Thank you.
Sure you don't need the luck. Just do what you do and you'll be right, mate.
It's very hotly contested, Brad, so got some plenty good players in our squad, so we'll have to see what happens. Those asking tonight what will our next live stream match will be, we will be doing the Kelly McKieran and Ali Forsyth match versus Judy Nardella and Nino Vlahovic. Lee be looking to improve in his first. It's probably his loosest first bowl for a little while.
Yeah, it'd be just over a metre. I was not happy when it's 6 centimetres away, let alone a metre, so be looking to correct, and he's done fairly so. Same as Rhys. His first one's probably just under a metre past. But past is obviously better than short, you would say. Looking at the bowl going down, he's corrected.
Yeah, he's nearly landed the jack in the guts. Wants to go with it.
It falls over. It's a... Oh, there you go. Has fallen. The marker is about to signal 1 to Lee.
What's my ball in relation to your guy? 2 inches from the front off. Yeah, and Rhys is closest, how far? The gap of 2 inches. Good on that? Okay.
I'm going to tag out shortly, Brad.
You're
gonna be
going to tag out?
I'm going to tag out. I'm going to see what this having a break's all about.
I seen Jimmy walk over and I thought, right, might be my turn to nick off. But
No, you're doing a good job. We'll keep you in the chair. And rejoined by events and competitions manager Jimmy Whitehead very shortly. We'll finish this end first.
so the marker said 1 to Lee, and he was surprised by that.
To the naked eye, from here, looking at the angle, I would back its Rhys's bowl all day.
From here, yes.
Yeah.
Looking on the screen, you can probably make a case as to why not. See, J-Boy's just run the jack in the pit over on rink 11 with his first bowl. That one's really tightened up. That's 12-11 the score in the way of J now. So the opposition fella, Scott Rhys, I believe he is, he's
done good.
really serving it up to J.
Well, he's from Yarra, so to win a Yarra Bowls region titles, strong region.
Yes, a very strong region. Some really good clubs and players in that region.
MCC?
Yeah, MCC's in there, mate. Bandura, there's a few others. You got Montmorency, just clubs like that. You know, Donvale, obviously.
What's Lee, cover? Or if he thinks he's got shot? Or what?
I think he'd be trying to draw third shot, but try not to be short. I think he's just going to land his own bowl up front. He won't be happy with that. I think Rhys now's got to
Switch the full hand?
Oh,
Try
magnificent
and get
forehand shot.
the jack around the corner, sit the bowl.
Well, I think the shot bowl of Lee's is just in front, so if he gets that first, that will minimise the risk of the jack going out.
That ring next door, after Jay put the jack in the pit, he's drawn to the edge of the plinth, not that far from the jack.
When we say the plinth, it's about a centimetre from going in. Probably can't see that, or you might see it there on the screen now, that over on rink 11, but Rhys is
Played backhand still.
stuck with the backhand, so he's favouring the backhand more. I can only see him turning his own area. Ooh, he's going to get... See a sigh from the crowd.
Yeah, I think he's one down still. Wonderley makes the score 19-9. And that'll do me for now, Brad. And we'll bring in Jimmy Whitehead.
On you, Joshy.
Hey, Brad.
Jimmy's back. How are you, mate?
Oh, mate. Had a bit of beauty sleep.
Beautiful.
I did some organising. Can't leave Barb to do it all.
Got some scores here, Jimmy, that Australian you can read out, mate.
Yeah. Over on rink 2, Central Goulburn Murray 13-8 up against Gippsland. Northern Gateway 16-14 up. It's Carlo against Faye Richardson from Geelong. Wimmera Sandbelt is 17-8 away of Sandbelt. 12-11 to Metro West against Mornington Peninsula. 12-10 to Northern Gateway over Geelong in the men's. Strzelecki in Central Vic in the men's is 8-all. Metro West lead Ovens and Murray in the men's 16-7. And Eastern Ranges lead Yarra 12-11 in the men's.
Fairly close
Yeah.
games across the board, mate.
We're all close games.
That's what you expect at this level, isn't it?
You don't see too many floggings.
No, there's not too many blowouts, and if there were, that would be our games, Jimmy. We'd be getting beaten.
Yeah, and then the rest of the games on the back green. Ovens and Murray 20-12 up against Murray Mallee in the ladies. Sandbelt, which is Ali Forsyth, leads Wimmera 27. In the ladies, Bendigo Campaspe lead Eastern Ranges 14-4. In the Strzelecki Central Vic is 19-12 the way of Strzelecki. And in the men's, Gippsland lead Mornington Peninsula 13-8. How's this one gone? I've sort of been following it from afar.
Yeah, it's been a good games. Both are playing good shots. Leroy's starting to nail his draw and whatnot. Rhys has played some big conversion shots.
Yeah, probably needs a couple of hands just to get rolled back in it.
I think the first two bowls of Lee's have been a bit more consistent.
Yeah.
But I feel that Rhys has converted a few more good shots than what Lee has.
I made a comment to Josh earlier, and you might be a better person to ask this. I've seen Lee play a fair bit in the last short period of time. He seems agitated today. Or is this his normal manner in singles?
Well, no, he's obviously he's nervous about this.
Yeah, okay. That's what we thought.
Because he's obviously he knows, everyone knows that Rhys is a very accomplished player, and he knows that Rhys is the last year's winner of this event. So he's got to be on his game, and he wasn't overly happy with his game the other day against Steve Sullivan. I know that's on his mind. He's still not happy about that. But no, he does. You'd watch him and you'd think he'd be getting beaten.
Yeah. No, it's even at this level of the game, players still have the nerves. Even when he's played in the amount of state finals he would have played in.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be a few. Rhys just missing that one, so it's probably two.
Yeah, 2 I reckon.
Mark will indicate 2 shots here. Take the score to 21-9, Jim.
Yep, he's within striking distance of the win now. Rhys just needs to get the jack back here and change the length up and start his own game. I mean, when you're down in singles, you've got to set yourself some small targets. Try and get to 12, try and get to 15, and try and work back in the game that way.
I don't know how it would go, but the way this game is sort of leaning towards now that Lee's sort of just going to run away with it, don't know what the chances are of potentially moving across to the J-Boy for Scott Rhys game, because that one is an absolute cracker.
Yeah. See what we can do.
13-11 in the way of J.
He's played a few games on this green already, so he should be pretty settled in. The one that stood out for me on this green, just looking across, has been Benny Lachlan. He seems like he's
up and about.
Yeah, he's got a bit between his teeth. I mean, his orange balls stand out, but looks like he's playing well.
When he walked in, he come up and said good day and whatnot, and I said to him, who do you play? He said he doesn't know, just turn up to a rink. Whoever's there, he's got to beat them.
He's a handy bowler, Ian Brimmelcombe.
Definitely, mate, definitely. Well, to make it here, you've got to be a good player regardless of where you're from. You do see from some regions, though, the same faces every year. Like, for example, the women's fours from Sandbelt. They're always the same faces. So to continually win that region event year after year, that's just a amazing effort in itself, considering from such a strong region.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, I seen Ian was in a few events. Ian Brimmelcombe was in a few events down at Warrnambool. As was Rhys, as was Lee.
I was only in one, mate, lucky enough to scrape through in the one.
I think you carried Lee, mate. That was a good final as well. You've always bowled very well in that. And yeah, you're backing it up with the Nationals in Dandenong in a week or so.
Yeah, 25th. So,
a couple of weeks.
I don't know what's happened to Lee the last few bowls, but something, ever since you've been in the chair, Jimmy, something's gone across him and
Don't tell him that.
Can't get near it.
Don't tell him that.
But just goes to show it can happen to anyone, that you can have a brain fade for one end, and
Yeah. Well, Rhys is
margin pay with this one.
Yep.
2 down, but Leroy strives on pressure. This one world titles and whatnot, so. This live streaming, mate, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, no, the boys done a good job with the camera work, and yeah, it's something we definitely want to be doing more of. It's
Yeah, it's
working the program out. And
brilliant, mate. You look at the Premier League in Queensland. That's an exceptional job up there.
It's good for our game, the amount of people that jump on and watch it and get introduced to the sport.
A good shot here from Rhys. Is he going to hang for second? I'll say yes from here.
Kind of fell out as well, which might not help, but we'll see what Neil Smiley indicates.
I did say to Josh earlier, Jimmy, that who's your tip? And he said that you've got some sweeps going on.
Yeah.
Who's your tip in these?
I can't remember who I tipped in this. I might have tipped Jay by.
Joshy tipped Jay and you've tipped Jay.
Let me have a look.
Well, I know one person you didn't tip, and that was yourself, mate.
Mate, I don't enter these events. I'm not good enough, and I got the time. Who did I tip in the champion? No, I went Leroy.
You went Lee.
Everyone else went J-Boy.
Well, it's one shot to Rhys there. So that takes it to 21-10.
Yeah, I think I thought Lee would be going gung-ho to sign off his time at Bendigo East with a big victory before he heads up to Raymond Terrace. That was my thought behind it, but I just had a chat with who was I talking to earlier? Jared Davies, and he's going for Dave Ryan from Northern Gateway. I've watched him bowl a few times. He's a sensational singles bowler.
He was actually, I was just up there before I was lucky enough to join Josh on commentary that we were watching the first few ends of that game, and the first end he had 4 bowls inside a mat.
Yeah.
He picked up a 3. It's incredible.
Yeah, I had a good chat with him down in Warrnambool actually when we were down there, and he's telling me a bit about his story. He's I think he's won 4 in a row singles titles at his club, and he's champion of champions twice now. Oh, good reply by Lee there.
Good shot. Yeah, well, to win a champ of champs in Northern Gateway region, one of the strongest regions going around. Phenomenal effort.
Back to back as well. Rhys looking to land Lee's bowl.
Just got the wrong side of him. Good speed, brilliant speed.
Lee will be looking to do the same to Rhys. He's on the other side of the head.
I think he might not just quite get back to the jack on that.
It's a bit stickier this hand though. This forehand this way.
Have a look at the 4 bowls though with their speed. Brilliant.
Draw a line on either side of the jack. And they're on it.
Rhys fancies this one. He's chasing it down. It looks to be might just slip under.
Yeah.
Once again, have a look at that speed. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Might still be one to Rhys. Don't think Lee will be short with this one. Making sure if he doesn't get the issue, he's passing to give himself an opportunity with his last. That one's ripped.
Yeah. Bit of a reaction as well from Lee. I don't think he was expecting it to rip that much. Yeah, I think Rhys holding the one.
Well, just be drawing down on his backhand. You'd think, Jim, if he can, draw a touch or his 3, if he sits that bowl up and down his 3, so
Yeah.
he's doing what he's been doing. His first 3 bowls with their speed have been phenomenal, so he knows the speed already. Just needs to navigate the right line, and
He looks higher up than his last.
looks close here. There's a chance for the Jackie.
He's got a hold.
He's saying hold. If he gets to his own, he's 2. Well played, Rhys Jeffs. Brilliant shot.
I think Lee will have a look for them too. They both go.
Yeah, I'd be thinking so. Depending on if his other bowl is 4th shot or not. If he's...
Can be.
If his bowl's 4th shot, then he'll probably... his other side, Jack High bowl, sorry. If if that's fourth shot, then I'd be saying yes, but once again, you just don't know. Given the fact he's got the bowl, you just can't see quite on screen, but there's one 3 feet past the jack, just to the boundary peg. But yeah, I'd back big weight on the forehandy. It's going to be a game changer in the sense of if Rhys gets these two, all of a sudden it's, back to single figures. He's won the last couple of ends and
There he goes.
he's just going to get the gap. Got the hole. So 2 to Rhys, takes it to 21-12, and all of a sudden this game is right back on.
Yeah, it's them small targets we spoke about. He's just picked up 3 in 2 ends. If he now sets himself to get to 15 before Lee scores again, he's then back within striking distance. Such a mental game, singles as well. You've only got yourself out there, trying to pep yourself up, keep yourself clear ahead, clear of thought.
Definitely, it's such a mind sort of controlled game, singles. Pairs, triples, etc. You can, chat with your teammates and whatnot, but singles, you're all on your lonesome out there.
You got no one else to blame, that's what I find. Go through the score updates quickly. So 15-8 to Central Golden Murray against Gippsland in the ladies. Northern Gateway ladies 18-14. Wimmera in the ladies losing to Sandbelt 18-10. Mornings Peninsula and Metro West are even at 13 all. In the men's, we've got Geelong and Northern Gateway 13-11 to Northern Gateway. Staying in the men's, Central Vic lead Strzelecki 11-10. Metro West lead Ovens and Murray 17-8. And Eastern Ranges lead Yarra 13-11. And on the back green, Ovens and Murray 24-13 up against Murray Mallee. Sandbelt in the men's lead Wimmera 20-10. Back over to the ladies, Bendigo Campaspe lead Eastern Ranges 15-5. And Strzelecki lead Central Vic 20-15. And finally in the men's, Gippsland lead Mornington Peninsula 13-12.
See a couple of good starts here from Lee.
Yep, pressure on Rhys now. He'll look to, I guess, come through his own bowl on the backhand.
Yeah, I'd be thinking so. If he plays with the speed that he's trying to just turn it up once, but if he misses, skirts past it, he'll probably lay the other bowl down of Lee's. But it just looks a bit high going by that line.
Pace was good for it.
Giving himself a chance though with his last, having a bowl past the jack now, so... Marker indicates 2, so all of a sudden Lee can put this one in, and it's down to Rhys' last bowl. Just playing a high line, looking to just drift in and count, but might not count, but it's a definitely fourth shot anyhow.
Especially if Rhys is coming through. He looks lower down.
He fancies it. I think he's a sniffy to... Oh, he's unlucky there.
Stiff.
Well, all of a sudden, if it is 3, Lee's drawing for the match.
Seeing the background of the shot there, leaning on the shed, is Brad Lancaster from Gippsland. He lost a race in the final in Warrnambool.
So the greenkeeper with his beanie on, Aaron Tompkins, and his Bendigo East hoodie and beanie with the sunglasses on.
That's his coined look, that is, isn't it?
He's a Melbourne Demon supporter, and by geez, he's happy at the minute.
I got asked this question last night if I followed a team, and I said I decided to actually pick a team at the start of this year, and we picked Melbourne because it's the only theme song I know of anyone's, and picked on a good season.
So Leroy's He must be holding 3.
What if he definitely picks the... If he
Well, he
gets any move in
draws
the
a
jack?
touch or he is 4. Ooh. Oh,
Oh, wow.
bit of a favourable little edge there, but he must be holding 3.
What if he
Replay,
definitely
gets
picks
that
the...
walk
if he
in.
Well, he
gets
draws
any
a-
move in
draws
the
a
jack,
touch or
the
he's
jack
4.
for the game.
Can see any. So 3 shots takes him to 24, and all that's needed is that lucky last,
Can be the hardest to get.
which is the most difficult to get mentally.
Mm. Goes the T to T.
Probably nail it with his first, a front upper probably.
That's what I'd be wanting to do.
Oh, he's 2 feet.
This is where Rhys really needs to not give him a second bite at getting that first bowling.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's right. Rhys is needs to win the ends now.
Mm.
This one just looks like it's going a touch.
Oh.
Just crashed the front though. It's not the worst. It's not the worst lie for Rhys. It's still
Still see it.
can still see it.
Winner of this will play. Winner of that Ian Brimmelcombe and Benny Lachlan match, which is 18-9 the way of Ben at the moment. That'll be another good game.
That'll be played tomorrow morning. Is that right?
Correct.
Rhys is playing to land the bowl or jack here. He's got the jack in the snoz.
Picked it up clean.
And
Bowl
the
falls in.
jack's just stayed afloat.
Try and get the camera down there. Yeah, by the fact that jack stayed hanging on the edge, it gives Lee a small opportunity.
Tell you what, he's not
Yeah,
far off
how's-
nailing the jack in the hole. He.
Lee,
Wow, what a
Lee.
shot. That's game over.
That's game. Rhys just shakes his head. Oh, Rhys gives him a high five.
You can't beat it.
Oh, no. Rhys looking over to us for some help.
Yeah, I'm
there's
not
there's
sure.
much we can
I'm not
do.
sure we can help him, but I think the closer he gets, he'll realise that. Yeah.
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 So, well done. Done, boys. So Lee takes that one, 25-12.
Cannot be beaten. Bowl in the ditch, sitting on top.
Yep. As good as it gets. I don't think we can move the cameras, so we'll try and keep some. We'll try and keep updates coming through on the Facebook page, but we'll be back for some mixed pairs action in an hour and a half or so, in an hour. Appreciate all your help on this one, Brad,
No worries at all. Happy to help out anytime.
and we'll catch you all on the later stream. Lee Schraner takes this one 25-12.